Okay, guys, looks like we are live and good to go. We have a very weird hand here that makes absolutely no sense. Missed a bet here, that's fine. Fold, 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 fold. Fold to 7-3, get this out of our way. Stream should be good to go now. Honestly, every inch of me wants to shove here. I just don't think he folds often enough. Like, what's he gonna like? Is he just gonna be pure bluffing here with a hand that he could fold? I don't know. Yes, finish. What do you have? I don't really know what he would have there unless he just like called, unless he just called like, I honestly don't even have a clue what he would call there. I just didn't have a strong enough hand to rip it. But we wouldn't have been dead. Most of me wants to rip there. We'll just check back now, definitely. Yeah. Okay, raise king five suited. Fold, fold, fold. That stream is running. Okay, good to go. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one for him to be raising there. The issue is he could have like maybe has the ace of spades like some portion of the time or something on this one. We raise. He just calls on the button. We check to him on the flop. He bets. We raise. He goes 3-bet with 40 bigs. I just don't know what he bluffs with there, but it could be a lot of flush draws that he just wants me to rip it in, and he has some sort of combo draw that we're like behind on, right? Like he just doesn't ever do that with nothing. I think the issue there was just a simple case of our nothing was a lot worse than his nothing. FPL Tony 3-bets and then checks back flop and then blasts turn and river. Um, it's usually a sign of strength when he's blasting like that. I just fold, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he had much there, but if we just don't have anything to call or to shove in with, right? Like if he's 3-betting big there, my assumption would be, where is it? Not here, not here. Yeah, this hand here. Very confusing. Okay, flop top pair. We're just gonna go big here on this board, and we're gonna go big here on this board as well. We take both down. We're gonna check to him. What was this limp? Okay, so okay, we'll go 150. Oh my God, are you really like just running that good, or what is going on here? It's probably just playing a bunch of random cards, so we're just gonna have to tone it down on this table. We've pretty much lost all of our profits from this morning. Um, just kind of spewing here.
Right, Indian?
Fold queen five. We get 3-bet at a position. We just fold 6-4 suited. Call sometimes, fold sometimes. Blah blah. All right. 6-5 suited. Open some portion of the time under the gun. 5-handed. We open a lot more. Okay. He checks. We're gonna check back here. Goes full pot. We're gonna have to call one. We're just gonna rip into him now. It's possible he shows up with like something crazy like pocket aces with that like min click pre-flop, and now he's like slow rolling it, but I'd imagine he'd called by now. Pretty much always. Okay, we'll just go small here. And double barrel. Lets that one go. We'll float in with the jack eight suited. We pair up on the river. He's called twice. Check, fold. I think we just show down here and give up. Don't think he's folding too often, so we'll let that one go. And we call the king, of course. Check here. And we'll check the king eight multi-way. Fold the queen five. All right, queen jack, ISO, fold the 9-8, king deuce 8-5. Okay, and raise the tens. Okay, we flop an open ender here. Raise to 6, abuser calls. Do a lot of checking on this board. I think we'll check here. So theoretically, he doesn't have like 9s, 10s, jacks, queens, kings, aces, you know, very often, if ever. He's going to bet most of his flush draws on the flop here. And we're going to bet the 10s for value. And call the 7s. It's hard to keep track with 9 to 8 tables. 9 tables open. Short-handed for sure. Pick up an open ender here in the top right. It's sort of sizing dependent. He goes really small. Could argue just check raising here because he likely doesn't have a really strong hand when he goes this sizing on this board. I think that's what we will do. Snap calls though. I think we just have to rip here and go with our initial read that he wouldn't have gone that small with a strong hand on the turn. Given there's 3 players here and there's a bunch of straight and flush draws out there, if he had like 8s, deuces, 9s, 5s, something like that, he'd go significantly bigger. And then he just like snap called. Didn't even consider raising at any point. We'll float in with the jack 9 suited. Fold the king 4. Not a good flop here. This guy like cold calls our 3-bet. Yeah, raise 3-bet cold calls. He has a lot of like 10s and jacks in that range. He goes small enough that we can definitely check call 1. And the a7 suited, I think we'll just 3-bet here. Check here. Check here, call here. And we'll go for a little bit of value and a block bet here on the river. I think the only hands he's really going to shove are like pocket 10s or like pocket aces maybe shoves. Or like bluff. It's very confusing what hand he has here. Dude, like what the fuck? So he just always have pocket 10s and thinks. Checks back flop. Probably assumes if we had the flush, we'd shove, raises the size that we can call. We played this like we have ace king, so the odds of him trying to like fold us off ace king are probably pretty small, I would think. You did bluff it. It's interesting. I think our river sizing is fine. I think we got to just start sticking with our reads, and if we lose to this clown, we lose to him. But I think it's a pretty bad bluff, and he probably only made it because it's NL50. He doesn't know. Look at him. He's so annoying, man. Where did that hand go? There it is. The ace king hand here. Yeah, this guy just dips always. As soon as it's heads up, he just rips and dips, which is, I guess, whatever. But getting kind of owned by him lately. Mind you, we are up quite a bit on him long term, I think. Gotta mute this so we're not talking over ourselves. That's good too. Tables are just. Alright, what's going on here? Um, I guess we call here bottom middle, of course. And we'll just call the nines, give him a chance to blast again. Yeah, it was a very confusing sort of raise there. It didn't make a lot of sense. Realistically, we probably should have called. Um, so I don't think he would have. It's weird because I have so much ace king. Um, and he blocks like the straight, but it doesn't really mean anything because he never has the straight really. Even the fact that he cold called pocket sevens is pretty lunacy, in my opinion. But whatever. Um, Down here, we three bet, he calls, and we're gonna raise. We're just gonna delete these two tables since we can make the screens bigger. Um, but oh, okay, getting demoed here in most of these tables. All right, raise the ace four suited. Just try to refocus in here. Raise the king jack off. We flop two pair. C bet here. Raise the ace seven offsuit. And we'll bring up the poker crap. No action, unfortunately. Luckily, those are some NL50 losses, I guess. That's always a good thing against that guy. He's definitely either watched the stream and saw that I've called him a nit and decided to adapt to it, or he's just actually been like studying and trying to uh, get better. I think we should have called there on the river though, with that ace king hand potentially. I think it's weird. He probably thinks I just fold ace king, and I guess that would make enough sense to maybe bluff there. Um, but I think when you put all the hands together, honestly though, like for him to cold call sevens probably makes it folding the river better. Like if he's going to be willing to like cold call sevens in that spot, I think we are definitely better off folding that river than trying to hero call it. Um, because he obviously has all the sets then, like in his range as well. All right. Good news is we are even. We didn't drop anything, so that's good. Despite what felt like some losses there for today. All right, so the queen nine offs, we're up 150 basically today so far. Try to get this stream going, let it run for a little while. I think the blocking that YouTube's been doing for a lot of poker channels has kind of hit ours. We're averaging like about 50 to 60 watch hours per day previously, and then for the last week, it's like dropped off to like 5. So I think a lot is going to have to do with that, unfortunately. Yeah, we'll just wait and see here. Who's at 1? Victus trying to play 1-2. He's going to be back to NL50 soon enough. Fold the jack 4, raise the king queen. King 3 off, we'll let go. Excuse me. We get check raise pretty big here. We'll just fold that to this guy. King 4 king. We mostly have all the kings that are strong. Dollar kill won't have any like king queen ace king, so we're just going to attack his range. Sometimes I'll show up with like 3-4, 4-5. But I think we just have to go for 3 streets here. Hope we can get him off of some random like king deuce that he has. So he did happen to have a 4 there, unfortunately. Fold the 9 deuce, fold the 10 deuce. He's obviously never bluffing there. So that's fine. Like it's most of the time he's gonna either have a 4 or he's just like folding. Okay, Queen 10 will raise. Fold Queen 7. Nothing for us here, here, or here. Lizzo 3-bets again. Guess we have to. What do we have? We even won a hand here. Like, geez, Lilash, 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 Lilash. That is crazy. All right, we need to focus in here a little bit. Fold the 8-3. Okay, go full pot. Definitely call. Not the greatest of turn cards there. Snap checks back, which is interesting. I think we just, yeah, okay. I guess he put us on a 6 and called it a day. Yep. We 3-bet the 4x open. We're just going to call down here. We're just going to check, call, check, call, check, call. I feel bad. And if we end up losing to like pocket 7s or something, like, so be it. They're just way too wide, playing way too many hands that we need to basically give them some rope and strengthen our checking range against some of these guys sometimes. And kind of let them hang themselves. We weren't paying a lot of attention to this table either, so it kind of created like a scenario where we're check folding a ton, unfortunately, in a lot of these spots. All right. And the king 7, we will raise the king 9, fold 7-4. The queen jack's bottom of the range, but we'll definitely raise it. Definitely ISO queen 10 suited, and we make a straight here. Attack his range again with the overbet. Folds. Deuces wild calls. I think we just start betting. I don't think there's really any reason to be checking to him. At least not on the flop. He's just not going to be folding often enough. Or betting, sorry, often enough for it to make sense for us there. 6 is probably a really bad card. I think we still probably jam for value against like 8, 10, 10, 9, stuff like that. Jack 10. But it's close. The 6 sucks. Like that's probably the worst card in the deck that could have peeled off. But we are on a bit of an uptick, thankfully. Raise the 9-8 suited, 5-handed for sure. Might be a few more people piling in, so let's try to pull up a couple other tables here. 1 in 100, 1 in 50. Okay, Lilash 3-bets us from the button out of position. We'll sometimes defend the 9-8 suited, sometimes just fold it. 5-6, 4-5, stuff like that we call more, but he has like pocket 8s, pocket 9s, and then a whole bunch of like 10-9, Jack 9, King 9, Queen 9, Ace 9. All the suited versions of that, which is why you do fold hands like 8-9. Bunch here, even 9-10 I think folds quite a bit. But then like 6-7, you call because he's not really 3-betting, you know, King 7 suited, Queen 7 suited, stuff like that. Jack 7 suited, 10-7 suited, all those like hands that dominate your top card. So you're gonna call a whole bunch more often there. It's a good spot to sit. But that's fine. So anyways, yeah, we have been on a bit of an uptick lately-ish. So that's good. What's this sitting at? Basically even today. Yeah, we're up ticked a little bit here. A little bit above EV. Good. But yeah, I think the last, what, 3 days have been, or last 3 or 4 days have been pretty good. So hopefully we've turned that variance around. Yeah, 430, yeah, we're at 500 there. It's not too bad. I think Thursday was a good day. There's a Thursday to here. One of these days was a really good run up. Yeah, so whatever. I guess it was Thursday. We had a good run. Ran it up. So We do a little bit less three betting with certain hands against guys who just aren't folding and who are calling every single pocket pair. Um, but if we are going to get three bets, uh, we should have looked into this a bit more because that guy's going to be three betting so wide uh, that it makes us either three bet or fold the ace four suited more often. But now we're kind of just stuck calling and blowing eight big blinds for no reason really, especially when you get that flop. Okay, he checks back. We go 150 on the turn with the open ender. Checks again. We also check. But yeah, basically, like you're not supposed to actually be calling all your pocket pairs versus when you're in position against like small blind, big blind three bets on GG because three bets like 11, 12 bigs is so big, and the rake is so high, it becomes not really profitable to be calling them constantly. You definitely call all of them some ports of the time, so there is that. But yeah, I think it's unless you're willing to call down wide enough, um, or villains are really, really super wide, it's going to be hard to even break even with them. Okay, we call the sixes. Definitely been making some folds that we probably shouldn't have made just because we've been on a downswing and we're trying to avoid that. There was one just recently with a river barrel where we rivered the pair top kicker with ace king. Uh, but it was in a really awkward spot, so I don't know. I'm back and forth on it. Maybe I'll put that up for review. I don't think it's like terrible by any means. I think given what his range I think should have been for call, like he cold called big blind, right? We small blind three bet, he cold called big blind with sevens. So if sevens are in his range, then eights, nines, all those hands are in his range. That makes the river fold significantly when we have a bunch of ace king. But generally speaking, he shouldn't have much of that. And flushes rolled out, so raise here, raise here. All right, raise the nine eight suited. I'm just going to sit out on the next big blind here quick. I'll only be 2 seconds and then we'll be back. Just want to grab something to eat. So I am starving. Fold king deuce. Fold jack six off. Try to pull up maybe at some point here the entire graph of the challenge, but for those of you who have been watching, you know we were cruising along up to 10-5 in almost no time. And then over the last like 30, 40K hands, we went on a huge downswing, lost like 4K back. So we are working our way back through that slowly but surely. So, but we are gonna again, the goal is the goal, so we're gonna attack it pretty heavy. As soon as we hit 8K, we're gonna give ourselves a 5 buy-in drop, I think. So basically, we're just gonna be sitting there for a minute. We won't be long when they all sit out. But basically, we're gonna as soon as we hit 8K, we're giving ourselves 5K or 5 buy-ins at NL 200 to try to take another run at it. And if we drop to 7K again, we're just gonna dip. We're just gonna dip it at NL 200 completely, go back to NL 50, NL 100, and grind that back up. And we just get donk led into here. With two overcards, backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw, we definitely call. But But yeah, the only real, and now we're just gonna attack this like crazy with the Ace of Hearts. Wow, that's interesting. So, I mean, he's letting us off the hook at least. I guess we can just fold. Yeah, so Jack Queen Hearts, Jack King Heart, probably. We would have lost a lot more there if he checked to us. What happened here? Gets free bet by this guy. Is he three betting a bunch? Portions. So we're gonna go. We're just gonna donk lead here. I think it's a board that's gonna be terrible for his range and really good for our range. Now we're gonna check. Um, yeah, he has a lot of Ace King here. That's a really good river card for us. Tens. Yeah. Okay. Good turn. Good river. Doesn't make sense for him to bet the tens though on that ace at all. When it goes back call with no diamond in our range, I think we just fold here. We're sitting out everywhere. We'll just be right back. A few seconds. Will not be long. Okay. We are back. I'm just eating, and then I'll be back on the stream. Whip. Fold 6-3. Call the king 9. I forgot we had that super. Oh no, he left. Fold the jack 3. Okay, check here. Fold the queen 6. We get raised by rolling the river. We're just gonna let that go and move on to the next hand. But I think we just stab here with the king. Multi-way. I don't really have. I have lots of Jack X though. I think you just let it go multi-way. The big bet too. What is going on here? I think we just have to raise this with ace 10. Okay, ace king, top left, good spot. Actually, folds around. We do get 2 callers here. And we do brick it. We are going to c-bet here, even at a position. Yeah. Not sure what to do here, to be honest. We're gonna call 50. I guess we just fold. If we had a club we could call. But without the club. I mean, it increases the likelihood he's just on a flush draw there. But what do? I mean, it goes limp, 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 and we just brick it completely, unfortunately. So I will check back bottom pair here. Okay, make 2 pair. I don't know why it does that sometimes. Pocket 9s. Probably just call against the under the gun open. Definitely calling the pot bet here when we turn 2 pair. And we're gonna be 3-betting, calling the ace 10 suited against the under the gun open. He checks, we're gonna value bet. We will check call the 9s. And we'll check the flush draw over. You do mostly always just 3-bets or fold out of the small blind, but with super nitty players that aren't going to 3-bet much, and against under the gun opens, hands like ace 10, ace jack, ace queen all become like fine calls. Even like in GTO, they just call them in general, but we're going to value bet the 9s here once it checks around. Please bluff me now. Could have a bad jack. Ace sucks. We just got to check it down now. I'm sure they always have, like, there's always an ace out there almost, so we don't have much of a choice but to let it go. Ace 8, ace 5, or ace 8, ace 4, ace 6, ace jack. They're all in his range. Not really ace jack. You would have bet that. Yeah, we just, with multi-way, when there's an ace that comes, it's you know, you're kind of stuck if you don't have one. All right, raise the king queen. Fold here. With the diamond out there, we will be betting and looking to double barrel a lot. And we raise the 5s. And we're just going to check back king queen, unfortunately. That's 9. 7-3. He leads full pot. We need to let that go. Pancake crush. Going 4x and a 40 big stack. Okay, raise the jack 6 suited. Ace 10, bottom of range from under the gun, but it is a raise. We will ISO the ace 9 as well. 3-4 suited. Given the table, I think we're back and forth. I think we'll open a bit wider. If there's like regs in the blinds and then it was a bunch of fish, we would be geared more towards a tighter range. We're just going to check the ace-10 here. We do call, and now we're just going to check back river. I don't think there's much value in betting there. We're going to fold here. And we're going to fold again. There's brick and flops here, too. Oh, my eyes. Okay. Checks around again. Our kicker doesn't play. I think we're just going to be going for the check call on the river. Or check back turn call river bet. And we just have to check down. I mean, at what point do you value bet the ace there? Probably. Given the way the board played out, you can definitely get called by like a queen X if somebody hit it. So probably should be value betting that river, actually. Especially when people don't like check rate bluff. Like her. Okay. I haven't been having much luck at this table, but tables are very good. We just got to get some action. And we are going to double barrel here. We block ace 10, we block jack 10. He limped in, so I think we're going to rep the strong hand. If he raises us, that's fine. We'll just let it go. This guy's trying to go on a streak of winning hands here, is he? Well, we've lost with ace jack. We've lost with ace 10. Check back king 10. Raise the 9-4 suited. Check back the 5. Make 2 pair, but I think we will value bet river. We will call here 3 ways. When we hit the full 7, call to another barrel, or fold to another barrel probably. Check it down now. Check the 5-6. Okay. I think we'll just call here. Okay. We'll be done with the hand once please bluff me now also calls. Yeah, especially when Lizzo goes big again. Ouch. Chest is sore. Fold the 8-3, fold the queen 6, fold the 8-3 off. Okay. 9-6 suited, we bump up, fold the 10-5. We do ISO the ace 2 suited, fold 6-3 suited. We got snap 3 bet. Good lord. Okay, raise here, fold the 6-3. Flop top pair. Check it back. Okay, we're going to value bet here. We'll value bet here. If we had an ace, we'd be value betting as well. So I imagine he'll call like aces and kings probably. And I don't think we need to overbet. We can just bet normal and then shove pretty much every river against him. Call. Nice. Okay. We are dodging the king ball, the jack ball, or the 4 ball. And we continue to run very well. Oh, did I win that still? Oh, he has king jack. My bad. Sorry, bro. Misread. Okay, we're gonna go small here and double barrel, like any 5, any 3, any spade. Check back an 8 or where'd he go? Check back an 8 or a 6. That didn't last very long. Say that. Fold the 8-4, fold the 7-3, fold the 6-7 off. I think we 3-bet here with the ace-7 suited. He's opening a very wide range. Can we head a flop, please? Okay, and we're gonna have to bet here though. King 4-4. So much better for our range than his range. Thinks and calls. Okay, we'll go like roughly half pot here, and then we're just gonna shove pretty much every river. He's played almost every hand, so his range is huge. And we just have all the ace kings and kings and aces. Well, I guess we fold, obviously. So we don't have anything. I imagine he just rivered the clubs most of the time there, I would suspect. We ISO raise, check flop, we're gonna block bet turn. I think we'll go small again, and I probably call if he raises. Because I think, generally speaking, should have checked back with Lilash in the pot. They would have just blasted turn and river. But yeah, I think if he raised river there, we would call most of the time. Calls, it goes check check on flop. Yeah, I think he puts money in on flop or turn at the very least in a single raised pot if he had the flush. Fold the 9-3. So if you guys just joining the stream, we were trying to basically run 2,500 up to 100K in 6 to 8 months. Originally, for the first 2 months, we were on way ahead of schedule. Then we hit some variance, played like very bad, went on a big downswing, dropped from 10-5 to basically 6-5 at one point, like a 4K drop. Have been turning it around a bit lately. We're back up to like 72. And then once we hit 8K again, we will go back to attacking NL 200 and then try to adjust so we can decrease the downswing, play properly, and make the correct adjustments and all that stuff. Everybody goes on downswings, but you can definitely, if you don't get tilted and stuff, you'll reduce the length of it. You'll reduce like the size of it and everything else. That one was a bad one. We definitely tilted off we probably tilted off like out of that 4,000, probably 1,000 of it was like bad play, tilt, that kind of stuff, Holy man. A full pot turn. I think we have to call here, obviously, being in position. Like, we 3-bet on, blah, 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 flop. He check calls and then just blasts pot on turn. It's interesting. We definitely call, though. Perfect brick for us. It's excellent. All right, this is just like a fucking... What is he doing? Knit. Calling creates skewing post flop. I'm not really sure what to make of that. Unfortunately, we just bricked a straight flush draw, so what do you do? You fold. It's a good donk lead by him, though, I guess, if he had a strong hand. Because we were probably checking back there most of the time once he calls on the king-jack flop. Calls pre, check, calls flop, blasts pot and then bets really small on river. It is a very strange line for value. The issue is we have queen high. There's nothing we can really do about it. We block him from having anything we would be trying to fold. So, you know, pretty standard spot there. And see, like, this is important to note too, that let's just double check that before we say that, because I wasn't paying a ton of attention. But yeah, see when he's like marginal, like just check call, check down, check down. So I would imagine he had like pocket jacks there a lot of the time. And we're gonna ISO the king 10 off, defend the ace 5. Check here. Okay. Fold the 10-7 suited. The ace 5 will just fold on that board. Deuces, yeah, given the players, given the villains, whatever you want to call them, we'll raise. Fold jack 3. Check the deuces. Okay. We'll defend, like, we'll just be calling the small blind unless its only money starts to 3-bet pretty wide to, like, squeeze us out a bunch. Then we'll adjust from there. Yeah, we're just looking to show down our deuces here. Okay, checks it back. We bet. We check back the 10. And we'll happily show down deuces. Definitely check call the jack 10. Definitely be raising the queen 7 suited. Okay, we turn 2 pair. Again, 3-4-handed, mostly 3-handed. We're going to be playing just min raise or 3x. Basically because all villains will overcall, or sorry, under defend the 2x and over defend the 3x. It's interesting. Probably fold the 2 pair here. Lose to ace 7, ace 10, ace jack, ace 8, ace 9, 10 9, 8 9. We beat the busted flush draws though. Raise, he just called. That's big on flop, pretty big on turn-ish. Blasts river. Does he really like kind of want to call here, I think? Like, we beat ace, queen, ace, king. Does he really like continue betting 10-9 on turn, or like probably like 8-9 is probably the only straight he would have, or queen king? I guess he could have queen king. Is queen king quite a bit. It's got to be 8-9 or queen king, or a bluff. I think I call queen 9. Extra combo of that. Freaking Lord, man. All right. We definitely need to revert back to not hero calling anything ever and just folding everything for the off chance, the off time, the random event where somebody is actually managing to bluff something is it's not worth trying to make hero calls against anybody. Like, so listen to the bet sizing. We gotta get back to how trusting our gut, basically. Going with the reads and all that jazz. There's just way too many straight combos out there, I think, to call that. Oh my god, we're just getting called everywhere. Time we bet, we get called. Okay. Well, I think we're probably back to 0. Yeah, 50. Might as well be 0. Okay. And we're 3-betting. 3-betting the 8s. Fold king 3. Okay. We c-betting this board with the gut shot. Be nice to have a diamond, but he doesn't have ace king, doesn't have ace queen, doesn't have like 10s, jacks, queens, kings, aces. Down, fold the 8-5. Yeah, just kind of not going well. Fold the 9-4, fold the jack 3. All right, we are not. So this is where we're at right now. Basically, today, 1,000 hands, we're up 64 bucks. Basically, losing rate. So we're gonna get rid of that, and we're just gonna play. Still trying to get out of this downswing though. Shake the tilt off, all that kind of stuff. Hold the 7 deuce, and raise the ace 10 off. Check back the 10s here on the king high board. Definitely defend the 4s. With that, definitely call here. It's good river. We're gonna value bet for sure. He goes big enough. I don't think we need to raise there. When the flush comes in, it's gonna be hard to get paid off by pretty much anything, except for like pocket 4s. Maybe like ace king with the ace of spades or something bonkers like that. But Lizzo's kind of been 3-betting nitty. I was gonna say feels like she's been 3-betting a lot, but I guess 6%, 2%, definitely not. Just sort of the basic 10s plus, ace king, ace queen, king queen. Kings right there. Against 5-6 clubs. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Fold here. All right, we'll come along. Whatever. A waltz. Haven't seen this guy in a long time. Okay, the ace-4 suited. Flop trips. It's a good spot to start. Multi-way. We know It's Only Money does not have queens unless you're slow playing them, trying to get me to spew into them or something. And we'll call. And we'll give him a chance to bet again. If he does not bet, we'll have to bet river. He gives up. Yeah, okay. And we just get a bunch of check downs. Okay. And we'll just go for value on the river here. What value do we have? Ace king? No. King queen? Probably not a lot. Fold to king 3. Dollar kill. If he had like pocket kings, would have definitely bet turn. It's gonna be hard to get paid here. You could argue maybe leading. Yeah, I did have a queen, eh? So yeah, I was gonna say like once we go call, it might make sense to lead turn there because he's gonna check back so often with queen X. I think, but he's also a fish, but he's a nitty fish, so yeah, it's hard to say. You just because the nittier, I think I'll just call again. The nittier fish will potentially overplay their hands still as well, but again, they don't get like aggressive with top pair. They don't check raise it. They don't bet it. They just like check call, but they never fold it either, right? So if we were to bet there, we definitely would have got a call on the turn from them. Okay, king 9 off. I guess we fold that. Spot range, king 10's just a call. Defend the ace 10 as well. Something else we were always doing a lot of was taking villains post flop more, because I think a lot of them had a pretty good understanding pre flop, but were pretty weak post flop and gave up a lot of pots. And I think we were taking advantage of that a lot. Well, we had to have been like we were beating what we were beating NL50 for like 20 bigs per 100. It was insane. And I think what happened here? Check flop, flop, check check. That turn he calls. We're definitely going for value here with the king 10. Do lose to king jack, obviously, but it's definitely a value bet spot here. We raised. I think we're gonna just bet this multi-way with the nut flush draw, backdoor straight draws ×2. He raises, and I think we'll just put the money in. Given we don't really want to call off that much and then be stuck like check folding a turn, so I think the money just goes in here, and hopefully we can win the race. So it's Jack 10 off. Christ. All right, at least we got a double run out of it. Ace or a spade? Spade. Ace or a spade? Fuck off. Just cannot win. Okay. Kill Tony. Just let's go. Super annoying. That's super annoying. Alright, bet 3-bet, 4-bet. We fold the ace queen suited. Fold the 9 deuce. Man, oh man. Be nice to just hit some shit, win some hands, get there, make some hands. Mind you, we've had quite a few hands. Zach Card asks, what do the tag colors mean? The tag colors are basically different player styles, reg, bad reg, sort of nittier. Basically, purple's like the tighter reg. And the light blue, the dark blue are all different styles of light blue, dark blue, and this green are basically different types of fish. Well done.
Found a title in a YouTuber just got in my.
And Ben buzzes off. It's always a problem for me to see a fish with a VPIP of 50 and not believe him. Fish with a V. It's a problem for me to see a fish with a VPIP of 50 and not believe. Yeah, I guess I'm the opposite. If they're VPIPing that much, I guess it depends where it is, right? Like if they're trying to bluff, then yeah, like you should probably believe them because they don't really bluff at all. But they also have like massively wide ranges, so you should be going for like a ton of value against them. Oh, Jesus. There's a misclick for you. Ace 4 suited here. Definitely go for a check raise some portion of the time. But against a bunch of fish, I'd rather just probably just check fold realistically. Okay, and we're gonna have to go for value on the river here. If he shoves, we probably have to fold. He just has like 8x too often after calling the overbet on the turn, or like 9-10, something like that. Fold the king 5, fold the king deuce off. And we're gonna c-bet the ace deuce, c-bet the ace queen off. Fold there, fold the 5-3. We just lost a stack out here. We just lost like every hand on this table pretty much. Then we're 3-bet the king 10 suited, fold here, fold here. But yeah, I think it's not much we could really do about that. We see bet, he three bets pretty big. Obviously, we could just like fold or something crazy, or you could argue maybe calling. But I think at a position with the nut flush draw, uh, there's not really much else to do but call or sorry, shove. Because I don't like I don't want to call off 20 bigs and then you just like brick turn and now you like check fold and it's pretty gross. You're just gonna lose a ton of money that way. Uh, I think some portion of the time he obviously has like 8-9 suited, queen king suited stuff that we're actually ahead of, and blocking some of his outs. And there are times where he could be bluffing, blah 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 blah. It's super unlikely that he's bluffing. And then there's times he'll just have like pocket queens, pocket kings, ace jack, or king jack, queen jack too. I know, queen jack. And we're ahead or like in really 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 good shape against them. And we're gonna three bet here with the queen 10 suited. Check the 6-7. Down here, down here, down here. Raise the ace jack, fold 10-9. And bet the 6-7, fold the jack 3. Okay, so bet, call, try to squeeze small. They ended up calling. He called here too. We're just checking that, obviously giving up. Queen 8 suited. We'll three bet here on the button risk cutoff against somebody who's opening a little bit wider. He goes 14 all in. We're gonna call here. 2 overcards, open ender, and the club draw. Really good spot. Basically flipping, but slightly ahead. Definitely calling with the queen 9 here. And be going for the check raise. And we're going to value bet the queen 8. Check here. He checks behind. We're going to go for value now on the river. Better than you just hit the winner's side of the bad beat jackpot this morning. Heads up against a fish who was at the table but is gone now. It's always brutal when some of the fish win the bad beat because it usually gets taken right out of the pool. Take that down, take that down. Nines, we're going to raise. Fold the ace-8 off. Lilash 3 bets will defend. It's a smaller 3 bet, so we're calling more. When they go like 12, 13, that's when you end up folding more. Half pot, we'll have to defend one with the spade especially. Goes big again, we just let go. King Jack suited, can 3 bet here, can call here. We'll 3 bet this time. Fold the ace-6. Lilash is like a mega spew, so it's super annoying when you end up getting stacked by them. Okay, calls. It's a pretty good flop for us. We are going to bet it. Yeah, they pretty quickly let that go. That's pretty much to be expected. Down here, we're going to small and then double barrel a 10. Queen, we actually beat a lot of his hands now, all the 10x and stuff, so we'll check that back, and then we'll just check back river. Fold 6-3. It's a pretty good flop for us. We raised pre-flop. I think we'll just go small at a position here. Kind of stuck in the middle, so try to isolate and get rid of way more calls. We're gonna value bet turn straight. Fold 6s, we can 3 bet, we can call. We'll just call this time. He goes small, we'll definitely call. Probably call again against another barrel. King's not great on the river. Overbets it. It's interesting. Feels like bluff, to be honest, but he double barrels. What? 5-6. We blocking that. Fold here. Probably end up leaving this table. I know he likes to watch the stream, and I'm not a huge fan of playing heads up when people are actually watching the stream. I just don't think it's necessarily a fair fight in that sense. Fold Jack 5, raise the King 10. And again, just looking to double barrel here a lot. Fold the 7-4. The ace deuce will 3 bet. Calls. We get a really good flop for us as usual. Checks. And we'll just check down. I'm not sure why that table's slightly bigger than the rest. I just pulled that out a second ago. Fold queen 7, fold here, fold here, fold here. Fold. King deuce 4, we'll bet. Fold the 9 deuce. Fold the 8 4. Fold the 8 6 offsuit. Fold king 3. Just not the great flop for us. Defend the 5s, of course. Checks back flop. Not really sure what hand I would give him that checks back flop. Queen king bets, 10 jacks 9 bet, 7 8 bets. Like 10x and 9x probably check back. Maybe hero call one turn and then fold to river barrel. We're not going to bet the 5s here because like when he checks back turn, he's going to be calling a bunch of river bets. Confirm that he flopped flop. We led turn, and we're going to river for value. 3-bet the ace-8 suited, raise the ace-deuce off, fold queen deuce. Fold the 9-3, king-6 suited, fold. 6-3 fold. This board we're just going to see a ton. Okay. Calls. Let's do a lot of double barreling. People are just like overcalling flops when you go small. And then if the river bricks, we'll probably check back because we beat all of his like flush draws. We just check raises, we can get out of the way. And decrease our overthinking against fish and just kind of play. We actually get hands. We are pretty card dead a lot lately though. Like it's been tables are turned to shit. There's a missing table here. A6 fold. Lilash, the 4x open is infuriatingly annoying. Six four suited. We'll just check. Don't need to do much else. Okay, he checks back. This guy keep murking the fish. Nothing else realistically matters all that much. The fish are the ones you want to be targeting and playing against the most, so you just kind of need to know where they are. I don't have a great table position right now, but certainly could be worse. We're going to ice the queen 8 suited, fold the a5, fold jack 6, fold 4 deuce. Okay, bingus, bingus. Defend the 10-9. Okay, king queen off, we're gonna bump up. Fold the ace-4. Fold the ace-8 off. Fold 7 deuce. King queen off, mostly 4 bets or folds. And against most fish, you know, you could argue he's 3-betting quite a bit. It's only over 50 hands, so Doesn't actually mean a whole lot. These two are both relatively tight, so I think we can come along here on the button. 7 deuce suited, we just let go. I'm just gonna min bet here just to see how it plays out. Like Blitz Marios doesn't have much of anything very often. And I think we're gonna go big here on the turn. And we're just done with the hand. It's probably got like 9-10, 8-9, something like that. Come on, man. Oh, we were good. Queen 9 will raise. Queen 3 flop. We'll just, whatever, we'll take the flop. But Queen 9 offs a raise from the button. Queen 3 will just check it. 9-10 fold. We're going to 3-bet here with the ace 3 offsuit. Fold the Queen 3, or check the Queen 3. He checks back. We're going to overbet turn. Calls. And we're going to blast river. I think we have to. Okay. Pocket tens, we raise, we fold the jack 6, the ace deuce, the king 8, 4-3 suited, we raise. Oh, I like so. Okay, I think we're just gonna c-bet here. We block like the jack tens and the king tens and the queen tens and all that kind of stuff. Johnny Phones does call. I think we just check down. I don't think there's much value in trying to get him to fold the king because he probably has a jack equally as often. And he's been folding like very clean to us. So I don't think there's any reason to try to get crazy. Fold the 9-5, fold the ace 3, fold the 10-9, ace 9 off, also fold. Ace 9 might be cut, might be actually the raiser. Ace 8 off, like ace 7 off, you fold, cut off. Ace 8 you raise. Ace 10 you raise under the gun, so maybe you do raise ace 9 off and cut off, I think. Obviously it's fine either way. Okay, king 7 off, we fold. The 10-7 we fold. The 7-4 we fold. The ace jack suited, we will 3-bet against the min open. Folds. The 6-3 we fold. We raise the ace 8 suited. Let's see if there's any other tables up and running. There is one. It's just like worst four-handed heads-up reg table. Not heads-up, but four-handed reg table. There's no point playing it. Fold 7-6. Raise the king queen off. Okay, flop bottom pair. We raised pre, so we're just gonna check call flop unless he goes really big. I think it's definitely check call here. He doesn't have like pocket kings, pocket queens, or anything like that. So it didn't 3-bet us. But when the flush rolls off and he goes big again, we can just let that go. We never really have the flush when we check to him, but people are not usually very willing to bluff those spots. I think ace 10 off's a 3-bet there. I think we just missed a 3-bet. Fold the 8-3 suited, fold the 10-3 off. Fold the king deuce off. Fold the 10-3, fold the 9-5. Okay, queen 10 suited. Can raise. He limped. We're just gonna check to him, and then if he checks back, we'll just whatever. Just fold 10-3 off. Who cares? Okay, it's a good flop for us. We're gonna go big. We don't block anything from him. Like the Jack 9, the 8-9, the pocket 8s, the pocket 9s, pocket jacks. He has all of those. Naturally, he's just card dead. 6-7. All those types of hands we want value from. And all the random crap. It doesn't matter. We don't want to try to lure him, for one big blind where he's just going to fold turn, where we can go stronger than that. And we're just king 10 on this board. We'll just pretty comfortably just check down. It's fine. We would have had at least double barrel there. We're going to be double barreling here. We could end up reverting back to an older strategy we used to have. And here you want to basically check back turn or go big because you're repping the queen. I will defend the e4 suited. Yeah, I'll just be folding here. Fold the 6 deuce, fold the jack deuce. We need to work on consistency, I think there's a reason we go on crazy upswings for 100k hands, and then we just go on these 30k downswings and stuff, right? And it's like winner's tilt or something, where you just start playing very poorly in certain scenarios, or just over bluffing, over calling, you know what I mean, hero calling too much, all that kind of stuff. Calm aggro goes really small on this board. I have to check raise it. And we're gonna just check call turn. Yeah, I mean, you're going 4-8-4 and you're min betting. There's nothing really to do but check raise there with your entire range, because they're just gonna fold so often to it. Fold that, fold that, fold that. Fold the 8 deuce. Raise the king queen off. He'll fold the jack deuce. The king queen we fold. We'll fold the 9-6. Ace 10, I'm definitely not going to fold it. I don't know if 3-betting is probably the better play. I think I'm just going to have to stab with the king queen no matter what. Better to have stabbed the turn though. So he should probably hero call river most of the time there. And we're going to donk lead here on the 9-6-5. We have tons of pocket 5s, pocket 6s, pocket 9s, 8-9, 6-7, 7-8, all those types of hands. He also has quite a few, but he also has a million other hands in his range because he's a fish. Unfortunately, this didn't run out the greatest for us. Well, we can let it go at least. And we can let this go as well. Even if it's happening a bunch, it's just they have those hands because they don't fold, So you get check call, and then the random event of a hand that they have to beat you, they will just end up having it there. And we 3-bet the kings, of course. Squeeze the kings. Ah, oh, what a misclick. Okay. Now we have to decide if we're just going to rep 10s. To that misclick. And I think we're going to try. Oh, what? Yeah, right. Both, somebody's got what, 5-6, and somebody's got pocket 10s. That's one way to lose 40 bucks is just to misclick and then go for it. I just have tens and jacks there so often. That's the issue. That's the only reason we decided to do it. We just happened to run into Lilash with something retarded. Tens or 5-6 or something like that. And a waltz, ace jack, cut off. We can call, we can 3-bet. We'll just call this time. We're gonna ice the king 10. That's a very annoying hand there. Oh my god, hit the flop. We get so tilted today. Just with the nut flush though, we will bet here. When we do bet these boards, we got to go big. Okay. And I guess we go small now and then just rip river. Definitely check call the ace jack here. 2 overcards, backdoor spades, small c bet. It does suck when he shoves because then we just lose to pocket sixes or something like that. But goes into the tank and then goes 3/4 pot. Guess we just fold here. Yeah, we'll just try to show down the fives. Interesting check from him. I think we'll go big here. Probably has a lot of ace queen, ace king, king queen, stuff like that, maybe. Also could be like 8x, 8, 9, 7, 8, pocket sevens as well. Probably doesn't have too much jack X. Wouldn't think. Could check back some like jack 10, stuff like that at a position, and then go for the check raise on the turn. Okay. And we 3-bet the ace king suited, of course. Fold the 9-3, fold, 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 fold. I don't even remember the last time I got a hand in pre-flop all in and won. Okay, we make trips. So we're definitely not going to be folding turn now. Any 8, any 10, any king, any ace gives us a boat. So we have at least 3, 6, 9. We have at least 10 outs to the nizzles. And we do value bet fold here. Nice. Lilash, 3 bets, small. Ace 3 suited though, we're just folding. 4-bet fold, whatever. I think you'd rather. You like to 3-bet the ace, like ace 4s, ace 5s, and shove them like they're aces more often than. Fold the ace deuce, fold the ace deuce off, fold here. Roll in the river leads full pot into us. We are going to call here with the 2 overcards, the backdoor, and flush draw, and backdoor straight draw, and then we'll just fold now. Fortunately. And we'll just check the 6-7. This guy's just open limping every hand, eh? We'll just call. Okay. So we're gonna have to start ISOing him like crazy. When he limps and everybody folds, we're gonna have to just start attacking it. We can't be like netting up here against him. He's just playing every hand. And we 3-bet the king jack suited. We call it sometimes, 3-bet it sometimes. All are fine. Fold queen 8. I think we'll value bet here. When we do bet, we go big. He's going to call 7-8. He's going to call 8-9. Probably check raises 6s, 7s. Calls pocket 8s. Doesn't have like 10s plus. Doesn't really bluff very often, I don't think either. So we'll probably just get out of the way, realistically, and not overthink it. I mean, they could check raise 8-9, I guess, or 9-10 some portion of the time, but I think against fish, like shitty weak players, we just kind of don't get involved. And I think we'll forfeit the ace queen and fold to a shove here. And overbet flop. What the heck? I think we call one. Okay, and then 3/4 pot flop. We just call down and brick as always. Just fucking lose. Good lord. So sick of bricking every fucking hand I play. I guess it was big blind last hand. Still, nothing you can do there. Just brick. Call brick. Old. Infuriating. Here we're gonna value bet with ace 4. Fold the 9-5. Fold the queen 3, the queen 4. Maybe we just fold flop, like guy overbets it, but reality is if we hit the hearts, we're gonna get some value out of them. So there's some implied odds there. It doesn't have to be implied odds for the whole stack either when you're calculating it, right? You just have to assume you can get some more value out of them than what is out there. Lilash is driving me nuts with this 4x open crap. Mostly because we can't get a hand. You're not going to call ace-8 off to a 4x open. We will defend the king-6 suited. We might as well check our poker craft here and see how bad things have gotten. These tables are terrible, so we're not going to waste our time sitting at them. A waltz, 3 bets, and we're going to call out of the big blind. Standard there. Check callings, range is huge, so it's a pretty good flop for us. And we're going to check raise this board, and we're going to 3-bet the ace-jack suited. Way more calls. Not a good card to keep barreling on, so we're going to check. And we'll just check down to river. What are you doing? Okay, we 3-bet. He leads into us. Again, we have to call. And then fold turn. We're going to fold here. We're going to fold there. There's bad turns, bad rivers, bad runouts. Nothing we can do here. Have to call flop, have to fold turn. If check raising flop versus him, definitely double barrel any turn card. Calling stupid wide. He does have a gut shot there, so it's kind of meh, but he's done that a few times with like random fold the queen 3, fold the 7-5. We'll just get tilted here for a second. Checking out this graph, which is probably down 100 at least by now. Yep. Fold here, fold here. Fours we can do nothing with. Raise the king jack off. Check the 4s. Fold the 8-4. Fold the queen 4. He bets. We do call 1. And then we will check fold to a double barrel. Again, like look at these stats. God, I'm so tilted, man. So sick of this shit. This is non-stop. Terrible flop. Check the flop. Fold here. He checks again. I guess we can. Just a 3 is just a terrible card to attack. And probably have to check back on the ace too. It's so much like ace X that just checks down there. Okay, we're gonna call the queen 9. All right, we're gonna value bet here, misclick, of course, naturally, and we're gonna call here with the queen 9, fold 6-3, not folding to Lizzo and her check raises this time. We're just gonna have to batten down the hatches and call down. We do lose to 8-9, but we beat like 9-10, Jack-9 and stuff, so we're gonna go for value here with a raise. She checks again. We're gonna value bet. Fold, check. Okay, check the ace 10. Just a missed c-bet up here with everything else going on. Okay. Today started pretty well. We were up 200. We haven't really won a hand since. Fold here. Fold the 10-8. We do call the ace-jack. Heart's perfect. And we call again. Surprised that wasn't a heart. We checks. We value bet. He shoves. So I just have to fold. Queen 9, take it down. Wonder if he thinks like Queen 9's 2-pair there. Fold 5 deuce. Fold Queen 8. Fold 10-5. Wow, I would not be surprised. I would love to see a diamond. Not this time. Pocket eights first button. We can 3-bet. We can call. Fold the 9-7. Call. We will call an overbet here on the river with pocket eights. I don't think we have much of a choice in this scenario. Fold king 10. Okay, pocket kings. We're going to get a walk by the looks of it with two 60 VPIP players. We pick up kings and get a walk. Good lord. Man, we just can't get anything going on the weekends here. Like, so many fish. This table's terrible. Like, we just like raise folding this every time, pretty much, right? Call the 7s, can 3-bet the 7s, but I think it's fine to kind of slip in every once in a while. We will fold the king 6 suited. Okay, and we'll just overbet turn. Fold the queen 5, fold the jack 9. Fold the jack 9 again. Raise the aces. Okay. Okay, and we'll 3-bet the 7 or the ace 4 suited here. Fold the jack deuce. Calls. It's a pretty good flop for us. And we'll go about half pot. 3-bet the jack 9 suited. Fold the 9 deuce. Calls and then donk leads. I don't know if he necessarily has a jack here. It's kind of like he's trying to rep one, but we just don't actually have a hand, so we have to fold there. Okay. And I think we'll 3-bet or c-bet for value here with the jack. Lots of like ace king, ace queen type hands to call. It's a bad fucking turn card. Ace queen just made the nuts. Ace king improves. King 10 improves. Can't really get queen jack to fold. Can't get ace jack to fold. Like, he theoretically doesn't have aces kings. He has a lot of ace queen. The calls flop there. A lot of ace queen that calls flop. Sixes and tens probably check raise flop most of the time. I think I just jam here. Because we don't have the ace of hearts, I think I mean, it's back and forth. Like, obviously, if we have the ace of hearts, we jam as well to get other flush draws to call. I just don't think he has a ton of flush draws. So I think shoving here is good for when he has, like, ace king with the ace of hearts, ace queen with the ace of hearts, and he just doesn't put us on having a flush because he blocks the nuts. And then just, like, hero calls down. That's where we're at here. And I think everybody knows that we're willing to bluff. The only hand we'd be worried about would be like, obviously ace queen hearts called, like king queen hearts, but they probably just snap call and is what it is. Okay. I mean, if we clicked it back, you get called by two pair sets and ace queen, but I think that can get hero called by those quite often. So I think that's also fine. We won a few hands there. We're back on a little bit of an uptick. We just can't get anything going. That's the issue here. The a7 will fold. Nice to get some value here, but okay, there's a fish at this one table. What do we got for an all? Let's set the three-handed and all 50 table as well. Okay, the 9-7 suited we raise. Ace-4 suited will 3-bet. Defend the ace-10. Yeah, he's aggressive enough. Like ace-4, ace-5 suited, we just shove. Like if he 4-bets this, we're just gonna rip it. And we're gonna c-bet here. And we put it in. And of course we've run into aces probably. Kings. 4. Okay, running diamonds. Running diamonds and ace are a 4. So much potential, man. Like, just one time. Can we just not fucking run into it? My fucking god. Whatever. It's a fine play. Happy with it. But fucking Christ. I think the issue too is that nobody actually 4-bets light. So I'm not like, where do you draw the line? Do you really want to be shoving like that? Okay, fold the queen 7 off, raise the ace 4. Whatever he does, we're definitely calling here. Okay, pick up a gut shot. Lose our backdoor flush draw though. You could check raise here. We block. We block 7-8. Oh, this is a really good river card. I think we just have to jam here. Because we have the 8. And it's just like the 7 though, but it's the call a 7. I don't know. I think we have to shove it with the ace of hearts. Snap folds. Nice. And the 4s we just fold here. And we 3-bet the 7, or yeah, we 3-bet the 10-9 suited. It's hard to draw, like, where to know to draw the line on certain stuff. Like, in games where villains just are not 4-betting much, you know? Like, everybody, like, all of these stats are fine, but, like, that 4-betting is like 3-betting used to be 15 years ago for, like, especially in our pool. People just don't do it enough. So it's so nutted all the time. Either way, it's fine. Like the ace four, the ace five suited, they're pretty much, you know what I mean. You three bet and shove them. Three bet and shove over the four bet, right? Because then you're doing it with like aces, kings, queens, ace, king. You know, otherwise you just have no value. Like you can never get paid off with your aces or kings or queens or ace, king, etc. Queen five suited is an open cutoff, yes. 9-10 suited is a three bet, yes, and a four, and a, excuse me, a fold to a four bet. And this is a good spot. I think we probably are just going to go bet shove here. Pretty much always, because we're blocking him from having pocket nines, which is exactly what we want. Then we'll go half pot, and then we're just going to shove river. Sixes is a raise. That's just a misclick. Falls again, and we just rip it. He's probably going to call if he has like king queen, but he shouldn't really have ace king like ever here. We just block him. Well, pocket aces, that works too. But yeah, I think that's fine. Raise the ace queen suited. Oh, so much for our comeback. Did not four bet. Aces on button versus my blind three bet. Yeah, we'll fold 7-8 suited, fold here, fold jack deuce. So much less tilting for hands like that, which are standard. Like, I'm happy we made the play. I think it's a good spot to be bluffing. We do block like 10, queen 10, and oh, my neck, jack 10 and stuff. It'll call in a bunch of those spots. I think I'm just gonna stab here. Raise the 7-5 suited. And we'll just throw in 3-bet to 6-7 suited every once in a while. Ah, snap called by Johnny Bones. What does he have? Not aces. But yeah, those are spots where, like in a 3-bet pot, you're going to be wanting to triple barrel off as a bluff quite often, I think, because one, we have all the strong hands, theoretically. Obviously, him calling aces, he can have that. What do you have, Johnny Bones? Snap calls the hold. All right, whatever. Take the hand. He waltz 3-bets this. How many times have we folded to this guy? Probably way too often if we can't even win a hand. 8, 16. I think we'll just 4-bet this time. Fold to the shove. Lilash 3-bets. We will call every once in a while. 6-5 suited. This will be one of them, and then fold to a blast. But anyways, the point being is that like those are the type of hands that if you're going to run a triple barrel bluff with, are good to do it because you're blocking. You have all the stronger kings, like theoretically, right? Not always, but basically your range has every king queen, every ace king, every pocket aces, every pocket king, every pocket nine in it. The only hand we don't really have is pocket deuces. And then because we have a nine, we block him from having pocket nines all the time. Deuces do a lot of folding. And so yeah, you can bet, and it's extremely difficult for him to call pretty much anything, right? Even aces. Like obviously he's going to call down with aces, but he probably doesn't feel super awesome about it when we're going bet shove into him. Obviously we have ace king, king queen, stuff like that, so that's also fine. But yeah, okay, we are going to move seats so that we can get beside Lilash here. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I think just sucks that we're losing again. Like it's not paying off. Okay, we'll call the fours, fold the 7-5 off. King deuce fold, raise the ace king. Flop checks around. This is a board that's really good for our calling range, so we are going to overbet it on the turn. Expect to get a lot of folds. And we'll just see how this is looking now. Probably not pretty. Back down another day. Personally, I find it easiest way to kind of tell if it's just mostly variance or if you're playing really bad is to check like when you upload into Hold a Manager, or for me, I use Hand to Note. You can find my link in the 10% discount just in the description here if you're interested in trying it out. But basically, when you upload all your hands into it and you see your blue line, um, even in all your small dips and small session losses, like you'll see the blue line is almost always straight up, right? And then when you go into the huge swings, you'll find, excuse me, that blue line is like leveling off if it's variance. If it's going up and you're still losing, or it's going like directly straight down and then you're probably playing bad. But you can just from the line alone, you can kind of get at least a vibe for how it seems like things are going. Um, so for me right now in this like 30K hand swing, my blue line is just straight across. Hasn't gone up and I don't even know how long. So, um, just something to keep in mind. Maybe help your brain chill when you are going through these sort of swings. But that's what I find, anyways. And then it's just like a matter of you're just not making any hands. You're not hitting anything. You're not getting anywhere. Like nothing's really happening. For us right now, like Ace King, Ace Queen, Ace Jack, and Ace 10 suited are all like massive losers over the last like 40,000 hands. Which those are obviously hands that are generally going to be pretty big winners. Um, and I think a lot of that has been there's been quite a few big hands at NL 200 where we like had a boat and we called off, or had like a flush and called off and this and that. So okay, day tipper doubles. Queen 7 suited is a fold. Get rid of these two suited here. 9-7 fold. We're also playing a lot more tables and everything else, trying to quickly get back to our NL 200 shots. And when we do go back to NL 200, we're not going to be playing this many tables anymore. Um, Even NL 100 sometimes is difficult to play this many tables, but um, you can just kind of do enough basic things that you generally just will turn profit. But as of right now, I don't even remember the last time I got a pocket pair in pre-flop. Aces, ace, king, kings, anything like that. And one. It's usually been even just like not even just like getting sucked out on. Like we just have not been getting the opportunity. Check the Jack 10, fold here, fold the 9 deuce, raise the 9-10 suited. Okay, he leads into us. We're definitely going to call here, and we'll probably value raise the river. Unless he goes pretty big. He goes half pot. I think we'll value raise a bit here. And we'll definitely call the 6s for 1 bet. Fold the 7-4. Missed the turn over bet there. Take that down. Fold the 4-5, raise the 4-5 suited. Yeah, we're just going to fold the jack high. After playing it so weak and passively. Fold the 4-3 suited. Johnny Bones raises. Definitely going to call. Pretty good flop. Got some backdoor straight draws. Flush draw. He checks back. Alright, I think we just 150% stab this. He calls. We do brick. I think we just have to blast it though. Not sure what he would really have. He has tons of like draws, like 7-8 even might check back flop. Club draws. We do block some hard draws, but there's still tons of other hands out there. Now he just has fucking turn to 10 and river to fucking trips hand. Clearly. Good lord. There's nothing more annoying than losing to fish though. Or just like get there. I don't mind losing to the good guys, but anyhow. I think that'll be pretty much the end of